Hello, and welcome to my capstone presentation. My name is Tuba Karakoyun, and I am doing my master's in the Instructional Technology program at Kennesaw State University. I would like to introduce myself by telling you that I also received my bachelor's degree in early childhood education from Kennesaw State University, and now working on my master's degree. I am in my 6th year of teaching. I have a reading, science, and gifted endorsement. Within this program, I also earned an online teaching endorsement. I am married and I have a daughter who was born while I was studying in this program. My capstone is titled Technology Facilitated Feedback for Science Fair Projects. Science Fair is a project that is required for all middle school students. It is a semester-long project, and students struggle to stay on task while working on this project, and the majority of the time, they would turn in poorly done project. Science teachers use different strategies throughout the years, but not many have made a significant impact on the students' final work. After contacting several science teachers, I found out that they did not provide any feedback until the due date, which resulted in projects that were done overnight and did not prove research or experiment. Nowadays, students are technology geared. Therefore, improved strategies need to include technology as much as possible to increase the quality of the project. The research that I have included in my capstone discusses the advantages of online labs and how it can motivate students from an early age to pursue careers in STEM fields, such as civil engineers, psychologists, software developers, IT managers, mathematicians, and more. Same research also shows in career learning types such as investigations, discussions, and conclusions have been more beneficial than typical lectures. Science Fair project mainly focuses on the steps of the scientific method, which correlates with this research. Technology during project-based learning is also another crucial factor that is in students' development skills and abilities. After this research, I have decided to integrate technology into the process of Science Fair. The objectives of my plan are 1. Constructing a new set of due dates for students and setting up an online platform for my students to submit the projects and also for teacher to leave a feedback. I have completed this by adding a new set of due dates to help students stay on track. Number 2. Provide initial feedback during month 1 to lead students to the right path to improve the outcome of the project. This objective was completed as I showed students how and where to upload their documents. Number 3. Provide feedback during month 2 on the project to improve the outcome of the project by maximizing the experience and the learning. By month 2, students were aware of the process and they have uploaded their documents into the correct section. Number 4, last feedback to students before the due date. Increased awareness of the project by completing the necessary documentation. The final feedback was given to them to make sure students were ready to submit their final products. On the last day of the project, students are expected to turn in all parts of the project, the display board, research paper, and the logbook. Once all the projects were ready, students have presented their science fair projects one by one. From all the presentations, teachers picked the best 10 projects from each grade level. There were 30 projects on display for the school-wide science fair. To choose the best from each grade level, the judges walked around the projects and scored each according to the information presented, group collaboration, and organizational skills. Scoring was done using Google Forms to provide feedback. During a school assembly, the first, second, and third placements were announced. Trophies and certificates were given to the students. Students were evaluated by the comparison of their previous science fair projects. Quality of their projects will show the experience they have gained while working on this project. Throughout the semester, students had several one-on-one feedback sessions on how to start, continue, and end this major project. I was able to lead them step by step to their final destination. Science fair is one of the most significant projects of the year. Because of its high impact, teachers prefer to give the details to the parents first. To help parents understand the purpose and the steps of the science fair, I have prepared a packet, including the rules, rubrics, and the deadlines to hand out during the curriculum night. The handbook also included the due dates, how to select a science fair topic, how to write a paper, guidelines for the display boards, helpful pages, rubrics, and a form to be signed by the student and the parent. Once the parents were aware of this project, I have introduced the science fair to the students as well. The first step of the science fair was to pick a topic. Students had 2 weeks to choose a topic. Once they were ready, they submitted their ideas on the Google Classroom. This same process continued until students were ready on the due date. School-wide science fair was also a great addition that allowed feedback to the students. Students were super excited to present their projects to the judges and worked extra hard to perform a well-presented presentation. First place awards from each grade level were eligible to attend the regional science fair. 2 of the projects came back with a placement. This result showed us that our evaluation plan was a success. While working on this capstone, I learned the importance of feedback on a long-term project and how it can be done using technology. I believe I started strong by informing the parents first and allowing them to ask questions as we go. Returning students were familiar with the process, however, new students and parents were a little confused. I believe the handbook was a great guide throughout this process. I continued to provide examples as it was needed. It is a challenging process for students because they have several steps and parts to complete. While it was a challenge for our students, it was also a challenge for me because it was the first time that we have implemented the school-wide science fair, and I had to start from scratch. There were many parts that I needed to set up, such as the rubric for the judges, setting up the projects, planning judging process, and collaborating with the faculty. However, in the end, I was glad that students were able to get feedback from someone other than their science teachers. During this capstone project, I've used Google Classroom for student submission, Google Forms for school-wide evaluation, and I also used iMovie to edit this presentation.